Hey guys, have you had a chance to get a copy of my new book, The Ultimate Ron Guide? If you are ready to build a remote online notary business, then this book is what you need. In this book, I give you all the information that you need to know in order to build a successful remote online business, no matter what state you're in, as long as your state authorizes remote online notarizations. Head on over to Amazon today and get your copy. You'll be glad you did. All right, guys, what's up? What's up? Yours truly, Vanessa Terry, here with Notary to Notary. And what's going on with my camera? Hold on, guys, 2 seconds. All right, let's see. You're either watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. All right, so I got to tell you guys a bunch of stuff. And I'm going to talk to you guys for about 20... No, I lied. Till about 11 o'clock. To give you guys some information. Okay, first of all, this bag is my purse. Don't judge it. It's full of stuff I'm about to go through and organize now. But I kind of want to give you guys some information, and then I want to show you what I'm working on this morning. Hey, Nona, I actually did do an apostille this morning, so I'm gonna walk through that process. We train you on how to do those in the course, guys? Non-notary work course. Okay. All right, so a couple of things I want to talk about before we get into that is you can still use promo code FREEDOM to save 70% off our online courses this weekend. But I want to make my Notary announcement because a lot of people have been, how do you guys feel right now as far as the market, as far as work, as far as your business, as far as, and check out my smoothies. I'm being really healthy. Yes, I've been working out, doing my smoothies and my water. Drink water, people. Okay. And did I open the door? I did. Okay. And bear with me. I am at the Notary Business Center. So if someone comes in, I do have to go do that notarization. But, hopefully I can get through this without people coming in. Well, actually, people come in. That's more money. So listen, hold on. Okay. But anywho, I want to talk about the industry. And I titled this training, Stop Crying and Get to Work, because I feel like I'm seeing a whole lot of complaints right now on social media, on YouTube, on Facebook groups, on everybody whining and crying about the notary space and how much money they're making in the real estate market and things like that. And so let me address the elephant in the room. I don't know why they call it an elephant in the room, but the elephant in the room. So a couple of things. First, yes, the real estate market is taking a hit. Let's describe what the hit is, so then we can further break this down. Refinances are currently down 90%. 90%. That's because the interest rates, and this is my last looking at them, was somewhere around 7%. Okay, so that means that a person going to buy a house or refinance is going to be somewhere in that 7-ish% interest rate bracket. It's not really to their benefit. Remember, during COVID, on average, it's usually like around 4 to 5% anyway, sometimes 6. Well, it just depends. But during COVID, we were seeing rates as low as like 2 point something, 3 something. So everyone was refinancing. Okay. They are projecting, if you listen to different people, they'll say different things, but they're projecting the interest rates going as high as 10% in the near future. Currently in this present market, that being said, there aren't a lot of buyers because people don't want to go out because your interest rate affects how much you're going to be paying monthly. Okay, so that same loan, if the interest rate was like 2%, you may be paying $1,500. But because the interest rates are 7 or 8%, you're going to be paying $2,500. That being said, some people may go ahead and do it anyway and just say, okay, in a year, the market will flip back, I'll refinance. But some people may say, and especially if you have to move, if you're in a situation where you have to get up and move or whatever the case is, you have to buy a house. What a lot of people are saying right now is, hey, don't buy, lease, rent until it switches around, but you could buy and then just refinance in a year, but you just know you're paying more because the interest rates are higher. That being said, yes, that's what's happening in real estate. So people aren't buying, which means that you have properties, you have people, you have construction companies who build all these houses, or people who are trying to sell. You have a lot of property, people are trying to sell, and no one's buying, which means if you are buying, you can negotiate your rates. Listen, what your selling price is. However, if you're financing that buy, you're still paying a nice amount because of the interest rate. Now, this is a great market for investors. And that's what usually happens. They say about every 10 years, the market crashes, whether intentionally or if it was by design. And this is opportunity for people who have large sums of money to jump in and sweep up all the foreclosures that are set to hit the market in early of next year. So if you're in the notary signing agent space, you need to be in the real estate space. Okay. Right now, they're projecting that a lot of people are going to go into foreclosure if they haven't already, by in the beginning of next year, which is when all of those investors will swoop in. But there's still work to be done because they're swooping in, and you got to, notarize titles, right? That being said, also we're seeing the largest, what do they call it? Realtors are leaving the space. Realtors are leaving the space. A lot of them are moving to their professions because there's not a lot of money because people aren't buying houses. So you have, especially and what you're seeing, I'm going to be completely honest, okay? And I don't want to try to be like, oh my gosh, you're mean. No, I'm not mean, I'm just honest. What you're seeing is people leaving that are not truly invested. And I just say that you didn't invest money, is that you'll see a lot of the realtors who've been doing it for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, they're not going anywhere. Why? They're used to these shifts and they planned accordingly, right? They know how to pivot. They've made the relationships. They know how to sustain. What you're seeing is the new realtors who came in and said, oh, I'm going to make great money because I just saw this happen, da, 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 da. What you're seeing in the notary space is the notary signing agents that came in during the COVID pandemic where the interest rates were really low, saying, hey, it's not raining refinances like cats and dogs, so I'm going to do something else. And that's perfectly fine. It's okay to catch a wave and ride it and then go do something else. But if you are in it for the long haul, and I say long haul, I've been doing it since 2014, and I think I'll always have my notary business. I don't know where I'll be in 10 years from now. I may, give it to my kids, or I may sell it. Who knows? But I feel like I like what I do and I'm going to maintain it. It's not something where I'm going to say, oh, market's down, do something else, because I'm invested in it, right? So, yes, a lot of realtors are leaving. A lot of notary signing agents have hung up their notary stamps and have moved on. And, is the sound still off? It's not you guys. YouTube is good. I think Instagram might have lost some sound. Let me see. Let's see. See if I can get you guys back on my sound. I think my Instagram froze. If it did, I'll have to tell me if you guys can hear me. If not, I might have to close it out and bring it back. But give it a second. We good. I know y'all good. I'm talking to my Instagram. Okay, let's see. Dun dun dun. Hold on. Let me see. Doom doom doom. I don't know why it does that. Let's see. I might have to log out and come back to it. Whenever someone calls, it takes off the sound for some reason. I might have to log out and come back. Let's see. You can hear me? Okay, cool. All right. So, anywho, so that's what someone said. No, I can hear and see you on Instagram. It's not back. All right. Well, then we'll have to close it out and come back in. Oh, wait. I had it muted. All right. Can you hear me now? Good. Can you hear me now? Good. All right. Let's see if you can hear me now. We shall see. Can we reschedule this for today at 1? Ma'am and sir. Signing service life. I'm with you guys. I just, okay, you can hear me. All right. Hopefully no one else calls me. I just got to do something real quick. Okay. Yes, I can reschedule it for 1. I can do that. Anywho, let me finish talking to y'all first, then I'm gonna get into all of that. Okay. So yeah, that's what you're seeing. And then so what I was gonna say is too, you know, there are a lot of people that are complaining right now and they're saying, oh, it's not as easy. And I'll tell you something, during COVID, when all interest rates were crazy, you didn't have to do nothing, okay, to get work. All you had to do was create a profile, 4 or 5, and it was raining cats and dogs as far as signing skills because it was a downpouring. A friend of mine, two of my friends are in the loan officer space, and they was like, "There's no loans out here." I have 2 companies that I work with very closely, and they said, "Yeah, the title companies, it's dry." And when I say dry, it's dry in that it's not raining cats and dogs as far as signings goes. And so what you're seeing is that a lot of people who don't want to put the work in aren't getting the work. There is work out here. You just have to work for it. Period. Okay. So, for example, today I did a seller side close. My signing service has closings today, which I need to get in there in a little bit and help navigate a few things. And later today, I have a HELOC, and I have 2 inspections, and I have an e-notary. And I think it's at 1. I need to know. And so there's work. You just have to work it, you know. And I think and I have an apostille that I'm about to knock out. I was going to try to show you guys how that works. Any boot camps coming up? Boot camps? A boot camp? Let me think about it. I don't have anything scheduled, but I can. I'm gonna do some trainings inside the courses. So if you're enrolled in the courses, like I'm gonna do another non-notary work training coming up in a second. Not in a second. I'll put the email out. Probably do one tomorrow because I don't have anything on the schedule for tomorrow. So I'll do probably a non-notary work one. So if you're in there, you'll get that link. I'll pick one to do. I've also added new content into the government. You know, a friend of mine, if she's seeing this, hey, she came in here yesterday and she was like, are you going to start doing these contracts? And I said, you know I am. She got a nice contract and ain't hard to do nothing for it. And I was like, I know. And I got a couple of friends who are in the government contracting space, and they're just like, Vanessa. And I said, I know. I'm getting there. Give me a minute. So I added new content to the government contracting course. And then I added content to the business credit course. And we added to, there's another one, business credit, government. It's another one we just added content to. So actually for the rest of the year, the next 2 months, you'll see a bunch of new content going into all the courses. So get into the courses, and then you'll know I added new content because that percentage completed will change. So it'll go from, and we're redoing some of the modules that are in there too. So adding, especially the e-notary, adding a lot of content too. Do you have a home inspection to do or notarization for one? So no, I have 2 home inspections to do. Let me tell you something. A friend of mine was like, I want to do this home inspection. And, you know, sometimes they say, you know, and I saw a video out there. They'll be like, oh, the homeowner comes out, start asking questions. I said, because y'all there too long. Honey, if y'all would have saw the one I did yesterday, I literally pulled up, click, 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 got in my car. So the way I do my inspections, so I do a lot of them for groundworks. And I do a lot of the exterior. I know Tamika wants to get on interior. I'm just not there yet. And oh goodness, okay, my day is beginning, but it's okay because I love it, and I love it. I was trying to think of this. I think that's for my signing service. I gotta get to that. Y'all see me working. Y'all see me, and y'all might don't work out here. It's work out here. Listen, okay. And what I do, I take my pictures on my camera. Some people do it while they're in the app. And if you do it in the app, it takes longer. I get out of my car. I do all my pictures in like 30 seconds, not even, or less. Get back in my car, and then I'll upload them all later. That way, if no one's going to see me in 30 seconds, I'm like shifting. Because I don't got time for the foolishness, hoobly, no sir, and no ma'am. Okay? I'm at an inspection for all of 30 seconds, and I'm gone. And I moved on with my entire life. So I have 2 today. 2 later today. They both pay $40 a piece. They're really quick. I literally just pull up, snap, and I pull off. Easy peasy chicken squeezy. Interior, of course, pays more. That's why Tamika wants me to get into interior. It's on my list of things to do. Okay. Is there a bundle for government contracting and non-notary work course? No, but you can use that promo code. What's the easiest way to get started to get approved to do weddings in Virginia? You have to apply for your wedding officiant license. I got mine. That's something else I had to do. I had to get on the list with all the courthouses, but I have my license now. You just got to apply with your courthouse and ask for statewide coverage. So a lot of people go and they just get for the county. No, I want to cover the entire state. So you got general notary work, you got loan closing, you got e-notary. All of that is a way to generate income, especially e-notary. You know, I love e-notary. I told you, why don't you care for interior? I haven't done it. It's not that I don't care. It's that I have not taken the time to do it because you have to do a sample one. Honestly, it's procrastination, and it's procrastination with that because I'm doing other things. I just haven't done it yet. That's all. My mother does them all the time. Tamika does them all the time. I just haven't done it yet. It's just something that I just do. I'm doing other stuff. That's all. I'm doing other stuff. But if you're not doing anything, then go ahead and do it. You said, can you take us on an inspection? Did y'all not see the last inspection I did? There was the one that paid me it was $160. And I was on a live, but I did it. But they tried to set me up on that one. Okay. But anyway, so I thought about taking you on an inspection with me. I have to bring 2 phones. The reason why, because if it's on Instagram, I have to take pictures. So if I bring another phone or bring my tablet, I could do it and just show y'all. I'm gonna tell you one I did because sometimes houses don't. It's on the street, so it's no sidewalk for you to park on. You got to go into their driveway. I ain't most people's driveway. I will, but I'd rather not. I'd rather be like a thief in the night, but not a thief, a notary in the night. So what I did was I was coming down this road and I waited, I was on the side road and I waited for no cars to be coming this way. And I pulled in front of their house. I had my camera open, got out my car in the middle of the road, snap, got back in my car, and we moved on, right? I was like, you got to be swift with it. Now you don't got to do it. It might sound like it's a lot, but it's not. So the non-notary work course has a list of different companies you can sign up to start doing inspections. They're really simple. And it's basically just taking pictures of different things. Could be buildings, could be cars, could be houses, whatever the case is. You're just taking pictures. Interior, you're doing a little bit more, but it just depends. The e-notary launch is not, launch. Wait, what is it called? Launch Ron is next month, so definitely register for that. That is Launch Ron 2023. It's a virtual event where we're going to teach you guys all about Ron. It's me, Susie from the NNA, Roger from Secured Signings, Amy from Cyberize It, and we're going to be teaching you guys all things about e-notary. The best camera to invest in is an iPhone. The shade is real. No, but I just use my iPhone. That's it. It's not that serious. And make sure when you do them, don't take them in your car, get out of your car so you can get the full picture. But I just use my iPhone. I know, y'all, it's going to take a second. It's going to take a second. My Instagram acts funny when someone calls me. Not Android. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I signed up months ago for Launch Ron. I don't know if we had Launch Ron open months ago, but maybe we did. But just make sure you have it. It's on Eventbrite. So if you didn't sign up, make sure you did. I think we let it out 2 months ago, maybe. Launch Ron 2023. Just make sure you have a virtual ticket from Eventbrite because that's how the links are coming out. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Are you coming to Florida anytime soon? Only if I'm going to Disney World. Then I will. Instagram, if you can't hear me, you got to come on YouTube. Y'all don't have to catch me on YouTube. All right, so I don't know why it's acting like that. It's really not friendly today. It's not friendly. Tell me if you can hear me now. Okay, so you want to go to Disney, and I do, and that's the only reason why I'm going if I go to Disney. Right now, I don't have anything planned for the rest of the year. Okay, listen, my Galaxy shoots at 8K. Okay, it's no shade. Oh, is it? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's just fun. I love the Android Apple debate. It's fun. Okay, so you still can't hear me. If you can't hear me, I'm just gonna turn it off because I don't know. Y'all have to come on YouTube. Come on YouTube. Okay, so I had to come here from Instagram, and now I don't know why it's acting like that. So the other thing we're gonna do today is an Apostille. So Apostille, great way to make money. People charge different things. People will charge anywhere from $150, hopefully, up to $300. Some people have charged more than that. It's really up to you. That's what I'm actually going to be doing for you guys in a second. I'm not going to show you the documents because, of course, it's personal information. But I did get one yesterday, and I kind of will walk you through the process. But all of this is online in my non-notary work course. And this young man was so sweet. He's the sweetest. And we have this intake form that I created, and it's also in the non-notary work course. It helps you when it comes to apostilles. How many of you guys do these? It helps you to make sure you're not missing anything. And I have a sample one of these documents inside the non-notary work course. But what it basically does, it makes sure you collect all the information that you need from that person, including like state of origin, where the document's coming from, the country of origin, is it a Hague or a non-Hague, different things you have to do when it comes to apostille. So this one's really simple. The state of origin for this one is Michigan, and it's going to Brazil. And so I'm going to go through, knock that out. And really, it probably will only take me like, I'm not even kidding, 10 minutes, maybe 10, 15. It's 15 minutes, give or take, to finish it and send it off. And all I do is I package it all up. I go to Michigan. Well, I have all the 50 states apostille requirements in their cover sheet. So I just pull it out the file, knock it out, get my UPS label, ship it off, make sure I have my return in there. And that's it. And then I wait for it to come back, so you're really operating more like a courier service, like an agent, but you do notarize the documents for most of them anyway. And so it's really quick and it's really simple. And apostilles, guess what, are not affected by the real estate market. What? Stop playing with me. Okay. So that's why I said, guys, it's work out here. It's just, you have to get to work. It's not like, and that's one reason too why I got back into it, because people kept complaining and saying, Vanessa, it's no work, yada yada yada. I'm not gonna keep doing this for that much longer, and I'm telling you why. Because I kind of just got back into it to show you guys that there's still work. You have to work to get the work though. And then also because we opened the Notary Business Center, and I had to show up new traffic to start coming in here. So I had to get back into the field to build the field to come in here. But once it's rocking and rolling and booming in here, honey, I'm back out and do my virtual stuff, and so it's work to be had. You just have to, you just have to get the work done. And that basically is where, it's marketing, it's marketing. I was talking to someone recently just about signing services, and they were saying, well, I signed with all of them. When? Do you follow up? Do you email? I do. I know. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and she was telling me how she got work from this company. And I said, I'm with that company. They sent it to me. So I didn't call them yet, but I'm going to call them today and say, my profile good, just to make sure. I'm on top. I'm very active. I'm very active in my business because it's my business. But if you're doing it on the side and you have a main job, and it's just like something that you do on the side so you don't really care, then your effort's going to be different. It's the reason why, and I was talking to another student of mine. She's, saying how she wanted to do like 5 to 10 a day, which I used to do 5 to 10 a day. I said, I don't do 5 to 10 a day. Do I feel like I can get 5 to 10 appointments a day? Absolutely. And I'm not even kidding. I feel like I can absolutely get 5 to 10 appointments every day, whether that's general notary work, e-notary, loan closing. I can fill my schedule. In inspections, I can fill it. In apostilles, like even just did the main 3, I can fill it. I don't want to. I could, but I don't want to. Okay. I want to do 2 to 3. That works with my schedule. Why? I have you wonderful people. And so I have to create content. I have to shoot videos. I have the signing service that I need to go tend to in a second. I have other projects that I'm working on. So that being said, I can't be running around town doing 5 to 10 closings a day. However, if you don't have all that to do and you got some time on your hands, you need to get to work. Honey, you need to get to work. That's what you need to do. You need to go ahead and work. Are you working that title list, the ultimate title list? Do you work? I work that list consistently. Honey, I don't understand. I don't know what y'all doing. And it was funny. I was talking to somebody and I said, oh, I was saying something like, y'all need to do this, but y'all don't listen. Y'all want me to tell y'all stuff. Y'all don't have a Google business profile up. Like, there's something as simple as that I've been saying since 2019. And some of y'all still don't have it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and we're done here. And we're done here. So it goes into, is being an e-notary worth it? Honey, yes. Listen, the reason why I like e-notary, and I'm actually this week we're working on automating our e-notary system, like, so it's smooth. I like it because I can do it wherever, as long as I'm in my commission state. Me personally, I can run them regardless because I can send them out to people, so I don't have to do them myself. Okay, but it's convenient. It's just easy. I don't have to drive anywhere. You said that list is overwhelming. You don't need to operate off the whole list. Don't take a whole big bite of the whole cake. You break it down, honey. You break it down. Okay. I had a title company come in here recently to say she had closing she needed to do. Can she use the facility? Oh, do you have closers? Absolutely. Honey, you got to get out there. I'm emailing, I'm calling, I'm sending mailers. I told you guys the nursing homes and hospitals training that I just did. We made the mailers together. We sent them out. The POA that I just did on the Instagram like a couple days ago was somebody who got my mailer. It just depends. Like, I don't know what y'all doing. I don't understand. Do I think there's been a shift? Yes. But what I think is happening, and I'm trying to say this nicely, I think the weak are falling off. And it's people who have that grit. Either you have that hustle and that grind, you will sustain. And I've talked to other leaders in the space who also feel the same way. There got a lot of people who are complaining and saying, oh, it's this, and y'all keep saying we can make this money. If you came in during COVID, you were spoon-fed because it was really easy. You didn't have to do hardly nothing. You probably didn't even have E&O insurance. They were still giving you work, okay? You didn't have to do nothing. It was just like, oh, here you go, here you go, here you go, right? And so now it's the complete opposite. Okay, it's where you were spoon-fed, and now so you got to go find it. And now people are like, and it just makes me laugh. And this is my honest opinion. This is my honest, see through my soul opinion. And y'all might not like it, but it's okay because it's my opinion, and I have freedom of speech. And even if I didn't, I'm gonna say it anyway. I honestly feel like it's weeding out the weak. I feel like everybody that got in thinking it was a get rich quick thing and they made their money, cool. And then they're going to slip and slide. And people who don't have the effort, and you got to think about this is entrepreneurship. This is your business. If you don't even take time, and that's the thing too, like, I think that people always ask me, Vanessa, how did you get to this point? How did you get to getting your notary commission, building a business by myself, because I didn't take anyone's training at the time, building it by myself, quitting my job, starting a signing service, starting a training company, building an e-notary platform, opening a notary business center. How did you get to this point? Honey, very committed is what I do. I'm always researching. I'm always grinding. Like, let me tell you something. I work. Now I'm so much better. I take time for self-care. And I was telling somebody else who's an entrepreneur who does a lot of times we're so focused on the vision that we forget the visionary. And so now I completely understand balance. But at the time, honey, I worked my face off, okay? And would keep working I feel like I just put in a whole lot of work. Like, it's what I did, and now I do it, but I do it in a more controlled, balanced method. A lot of people get in, like, I take time and I read, books on sales and marketing. I binge watch YouTube videos, and not people fighting, or what's that one people had with the crate challenge? I can't even stand when I see foolishness like that. Hold on, y'all. 2 seconds. Signing service issue. Can we do the same signing today? That's a close one. But let me see. Hold on, guys. Give me 5 minutes to confirm. Okay. Where is he? He is. I just got to kind of coordinate this signing. Hold on, guys. Let me know what time works. See? Working. Stop it. Let me know what time works. Okay. Coaching program is closed. We are full. I think we'll open again in January as of right now. Okay, let me go back. What was I saying? I was saying something. So I added, I got a signing service. And so sometimes that stuff will trump everything. So I got to make sure these loans are closed and the notaries are where they need to be. Tell me what I was saying. I do my homework and I read and I talk to people and I listen. I just learned. Y'all know I just passed my loan officer's license test. Boom, 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 boom. I took it yesterday. So I passed my title producers. I passed my loan officer. And now I'm working on my real estate. Because I'm just real committed to the cause. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that dedication and devotion. So when it's all said and done, come January 1st, I have everything in this space. Everything in this space. Yay! Okay. All right, we're good. And self-care is the best care. I apologize for my distraction. I'm trying to make sure I get this situation taken care of. All right. So I've had my notary commission since June of this year. I've done nothing with it. I don't even know where to begin. Can you please give me some advice? Go into our ultimate notary training at notarytonotary.com. That is what you do. Ultimate notary training. Use that promo code on the screen and you are ready to rock and roll this thing. And there were some questions that I missed. Is e-notary worth it? Yes. I made $250 at 7 a.m. for a signing. I love it. Do you have room for one more year monthly coaching? Not yet. January 1st is probably the earliest that'll be available, but I will keep you posted. I'll look more into that as well. I'm trying to do something step by step. I don't want to rush it. I see. Make sure I didn't miss anybody's questions. Okay. But yeah, I think it's plenty of work out there, but you have to invest in yourself and you have to stop complaining. People do that a lot. Yeah, no, I was talking to my daughter this morning, trying to help her drop motivational tips and stuff. I was doing that this morning, but I feel like a lot of people, I'm just being honest, a lot of people complain. They do. It's frozen. That's just happening. A lot of people complain more than they work. And if you complain more than you work, it's going to show. I just feel like I get to work, if I'm not seeing the results. And this is a big thing. If I'm not seeing the results that I want and someone else in the space is getting the results that I want, then it's me. So let me adjust. That's just how I look at it. I just, and I know to be fact, massive action will breed results. Period. Massive action will breed results. That's it. And I feel like I don't know. I go above and beyond. Like, for example, y'all don't have to do something that I did. When I wanted to get title companies, and I tell you, I'm kind of a crazy person. I'm a crazy stalker, and that's okay. I can be that, but when I think of things outside of the box that most people do, I think that, I don't know. My brain just works differently than I think. So I think, and honestly, it might not be that. It may be that you guys have the same ideas, but you talk yourself out of it. If you know me at all, most people at this point think I'm kind of cuckoo. And I am perfectly fine with that. But I do anything that I think of. I think 60%. You might think this is low, but you get a lot of ideas every day. I do 60% of any idea that I get. 40%, sometimes I go back and forth about it. And I'm like, I don't know. But usually if I get an idea, I'm going to shoot my shot. Within reason. Like most times I'm going to do it anyway. I'm getting more to that point where I'm just going to do anything that I think of. Like, as long as it's not like something, well, still could be crazy. I'll do it anyway. And I think that goes down self-development. This is something I was talking to Laura about. Laura B, we're just talking about a lot of people, you're not working on yourself. And I'm going to be talking about that in the notary symposium. So get registered for that. If you're not working on yourself and your mindset and what you think is possible for you, you'll always operate in limitation, and I just think that the more that I work on myself, and self-development things like mindset and positive affirmations and sales and marketing and learning different things, the more that I do that, the more well-rounded I become and the more possibilities seem available to me. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to someone recently and I love just to talk to people and get different ideas. And I was telling them how I wanted to get my law degree. I finished working on my law degree and I was like, I'm going to find a program that's self-paced because I do really good with self-paced programs instead of something that's follow the schedule. I don't want, y'all know me. If you know me, Miss Macy know me. I don't like schedules. It's not my thing. I'm a flirt. I'm a like fly by my seat kind of girl. And so I don't like syllabuses. I don't like schedules. All I want you to do is tell me what needs to be done and just let me do it. Because I'll sit down. Like when I did my loan officer course, I just binged that and finished that in like 4 or 5 days. It's a 20-hour course. When I did my title, I just binged it. That's how I like to do it. I like to binge something. I don't want and I'm gonna tell you right now, I have a really hard time with online classes where someone wants to talk to me and it's a group of us. Because it's just like, nah, come on, stop. Y'all taking too long. Hurry up. Like, she answered that already. Like, that's me. I don't want that. I will turn down an in-person class every day. All I want you to do is give me the book or give me the material and let me do it on my own. Because that's the way I learn, right? So my law degree, I found a program that could finish it in 2 years. So I got 1 more year of my bachelor's. And then 2 years I finished my law degree, right? So I said, all right, 3 years tops, I'll have my law degree. And then I was talking to somebody and I was like, so what you gonna do with it? And I said, I don't know, I'm gonna practice law. And it was just like, so you gonna do your own law firm? And I was just like, I never thought of that, right? But if I never had the conversation, my thought was always just to go underneath the law firm. But now I'm like, hold on, Terry Law. Listen, they got my own law firm, right? So that's why, I don't know, I love expansion. I love learning. I love, just being able to see different things and experience different things, when it's all said, wait, I got a whole lot of things I want to do. I'm just going to keep doing stuff. I was talking to a friend about recently. I said, I'm looking at my pilot's license. You going to ride my plane? She's like, I don't know. I said, give me a couple flights and then I got you. Okay. Y'all remember Empire Builders? We were talking about that, getting our pilot's license. We should do it. We should do it as a group. And start flying planes. I'm so excited. Anyway, title producer's license is basically a license in Virginia. When most people get it, they get it so they can collect funds at a table. But you can actually start a title company with that. Of course, there's other things you have to do with it. So my purpose of getting it was solely just to start a title company because I was operating as a notary without it anyway, just not collecting funds. But my purpose of it, and it'll probably be closer to 2024, is to do a title company along with that license. It's just a lot that goes into it, and so I want to take more time to fully understand it. But my point is that I do things that people don't do. So a couple years ago, when I was trying to get more title companies, I mean, 3 years ago, I joined the Virginia Land Title Association. Right? There's also the American Land Title Association. So every state has their own. You have the national one. I didn't do the nationals in my state, right? I might do the national, but I joined it because I said, hey, all the title companies right here. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? So I do stuff like that. I'm like, okay, where the title companies at? Y'all over there? I could join? Let me get on up in here. What y'all doing? Right? So I think of things outside of the box, and I'll do anything for the most part, and I'll shoot my shot and I'll see what works and what doesn't work, but I think the major difference between, and it's not just me, because there's other notaries that are still working and making great money. And I think the major difference is their work ethic. People say that a lot. They throw that word around all the time, but it's true. It's true. How often do you work in your business? And it's not about time spent, it's about quality. Are you spending, I can't remember the last time I watched TV. I watch TV sporadically. Most time if I do, it's random. And I will tell y'all something about me. If I sit down, so if you know me, knows me. The only thing that I watch, if it's not a documentary or something educational, I have 3 shows that I watch. And those are the only 3 shows that I watch, period. Okay? Girlfriends, Grey's Anatomy, Scandal. That's it. If I'm turning something on TV, that's what I'm turning on. Okay? I don't know what's on Netflix. I don't. Every once in a while, somebody say, oh, you can't. No. The only other thing that I watched was Bridgerton. Okay, that's it. Now, I go to the movies. I love movie theaters. But I don't sit down and just watch TV. It's not something that I do. It's just, I feel like it's wasting my time. And it's just like, why am I doing this? But ever since I started doing the self-care thing, I said, okay, sometimes when I have to turn your brain off, and it's not often. It might be once a month. And now I'll sit down and I say, okay, let's watch a couple episodes of Girlfriends and just not work for a second or not. And even when I'm not working, I'm usually thinking about work. it's something, it's really true. I'll tell you a really honest, transparent moment so you guys can see how much I work. Okay. And you don't have to be like me. We went to Disney World. Everyone went to Disney World. We had that conference in Florida with Disney World, the notary training. And we were there. We did the conference, brought the team and the family, and we were staying in Disney, and we were doing we were going to each park every day. I would get up at like 4 a.m. and I'd work till about 7 or 8 because the parks open at like 9. And then we go hit the park, and I think I would come back. We'd come back probably like 9 or 10. But by that time, I'm exhausted. If you've never done Disney World, I'm exhausted. Okay, then I would go to sleep. So I would get, my mornings. And so by the time day three comes around, I was stressed, y'all. Let me tell you something. I had my business coach on the phone crying. I was crying. And at this one, I knew I needed to do self-care because I was upset. I'm not even kidding. I was upset because I wanted to work, but I couldn't, because if I stayed in the room, they would look at me like I was insane. Okay. But my preference was to stay in my room and work on my businesses. That was I did not want to go play at Disney. Okay. So much so that I was crying, and we talk about this conversation. I was crying on the phone with my coach, and he had to like talk me down and say, Vanessa, you need a balance. Let's work through this. And he's like, I've been where you are. And he had to help me through that. But that's the kind of work that I'm talking about. You don't have to be that extreme. But that's what I'm talking. I'm just really committed. Now I'm better, where I don't work my face off. I had to get a balance because I honestly find I find business such a passion, and it's like a hunt, and I love it. I love the challenges. I love what I do. And if you don't have to have that much of a passion, but I would encourage you to find that passion in something. And if it's not business building, then that's okay. You can get a job and you can work, and then find what your passion is. Maybe it's dancing, maybe it's charity work, but you want to find something that you're passionate about, that if no one pays you, you do it anyway. And I said that. I said, if something happens and I end up selling off all the companies I have right now, and I have like, who knows, $1 billion, I'm still going to work. Because I love what I do. I love building businesses. I love this industry of business development. I think it's fascinating, and that's something that I'm interested in. And so I feel like that's why I'm really consistent with what I do. That's why I spend weekends and nights and early mornings binge reading audiobooks, YouTube content to continue to master my craft, because I find it fascinating. And that is why I consistently have work, because I find what I'm doing fascinating. Period. Okay. Are you still doing remote online training now? I do. Get into the e-notary course. That's the best thing you can do. Get into the e-notary course, or sign up for the launch ROM. That's December 3rd. But if you don't want to wait that long, get into the e-notary course. That's going to help you a lot. Plus, we're adding new content. Ba-boom. Right. But I just love what I do. I think it's amazing. I think most people that you see, when you see like those really well-off, powerful, that's not lack of better words, successful entrepreneurs, because they already made the money. It's the grind that we love. It's the next hunt, the next project. That is the journey. It's the journey that's the fascinating piece to me, I think. But I also think that it's really hard to find something fascinating and to follow your passion when you're stressed out. And I can see that. Like when I was really, really stressed out and in a lot of debt and working like my face off, just trying to keep the lights on, my creativity, this is actually scientifically proven, my creativity was not flowing because I was stressed, and your brain doesn't work that way. It won't allow you to. And who was it? Shaq said that. Was it Shaq? One of the basketball players who has all that money, was saying that, like, when you're operating in that space of stress, it's really hard to be creative because your brain can't operate in that creative, I don't know the scientific term for it, that creative part of your brain is weakened when you're stressed out. And so you have to kind of find that balance, especially in the beginning, because it's hard to, be creative in that space. But doesn't mean it's impossible. I did it. A lot of people do it. You just have to push yourself to that next level. I gotta do these scan backs. Okay. But yeah, Are you for one-on-one guided remote online training? That we were doing that. That was a pilot program we were testing out. If you still have that email that we sent out a while ago, you can go ahead and get into it, but we don't really do that anymore. Unless there was just something we were trying out to see how that was going. And that was, now if you're in the one-on-one coaching program, we do it. We were doing a one-on-one guided remote online notary. We just wanted to see how you guys liked it, how how we could run it, how it would work. And so if you scroll back probably like 2 months ago, probably two or 3 months ago, we were doing a pilot program to see how it would work. So you can get into that if you have that email. I love what I do. Also learning, but I've learned to do self-care. Super duper important. Do you have any tips for stay-at-home moms who don't have flexibility per day? Don't have all the flexibility per day. So I think e-notary is good for you in general notary work. So that's what I did when I had my kids were really young. I just took them with me to do general notary work. So that's what I would say. And it's really like designing your life. And that's one thing that I really focus on. Design your life first, then build your business. So I did it backwards at first. Design your life first, then build your business. So designing your life first means, what do you want? And most people have no idea. Seriously. And this is the insane part. And it drives me bonkers sometimes. What do you want? Most people have no idea what they want. I know what I want, and I'm working towards it every single day. My vision is extremely clear. So much so I can tell you my complete vision right now with exact deadlines, right? In my house, I now have 2 vision boards. I have the one from 2022 and the one going into 2023 up on there, right? With specifics, and I know exactly what I want. I know exactly how I want my life to look. I know exactly who I want in my life. I know exactly who I don't. I know where I want to go, who I want to go with me. I know how my day to flow. I know when I want to wake up. I know how I want my life to be because I designed it down to a T. Okay? Your kids were riding along business supporters from birth. They were, listen. Okay? But I know what I want. And if you don't, that's why you're miserable sometimes. That's why you're upset. That's why you don't know what you're doing. That's why you do the same thing every day. I hate doing the same thing every day because it's not the lifestyle that I want. I want to explore this world, the entire world. I want all the business to be completely virtual. When it's all said and done, every one of my companies will be able to operate with me being in Japan. That is my vision. I want all my companies to be completely virtual, period. They can have brick and mortar businesses, but I don't have to physically be there. Everything virtual, right? But you see my vision board, everything down to how I want my kids to be raised, down to what I want to eat, okay? Down to how I want my health to look. Like I designed my life specifically. And I do it because when things come to me now, I know if it works or if it doesn't. And it's like say someone comes to me right now and says, Vanessa, you should do a car dealership. There's no version of my dream that has a car dealership in there. I don't think that's going to work, right? And sometimes that's what we do. We're serial entrepreneurs. I honestly don't like people say that. It just rubs me the wrong way. Because I feel like most times people say that. I feel like most serial entrepreneurs don't call themselves serial entrepreneurs, okay? I feel like most people, what they do when they say that is you have 4 to 5 business ideas, concepts, or LLCs that aren't really producing revenue for you, or maybe they are, but not enough to give you the lifestyle that you want. But you keep saying you're successful. You're like, I'm a serial entrepreneur. But the reality is you just keep hopping from things to things because you won't focus and you won't put all of your dedication into one thing to actually build it. And so you're chasing 10 rabbits and catching none. And I think that's why people get caught up on. And so that's because you also don't have a vision. And then you have your 5 businesses and someone comes along and says, hey, look at this new idea. And they're making this much money. Oh, I want to go do this too. Right? Because you haven't designed your life and you're allowing outside forces to design it for you. And so, and it's a lot, this goes into a lot of self-development. You are the creator and designer of your current situation. At some point in your life, you made an appointment to be right here. Okay. And some people don't like to hear that, but that's the reality. And it's so true because when you really study the power of the human, the power of the mind, the power of your will and determination, you will begin to see, oh snap, I did put myself right here willingly. No one had to drag me or pull me. I put me right here, perfectly, just right here. Now, a lot of it is because of your paradigms. It's because of the way you were raised and your society and the cultures and people who told you, oh, you have to do things this way. And that's why, and people who know me now, like Nona knows, I'm kind of cuckoo. to most people. And now I'm really starting to see it, just to be honest. The people that 5-6 years ago, I would look at people and say, oh yeah, you know that he's supposed to be woke, but he kind of crazy. I'm getting closer to that space, and I'm starting to see what people are calling them crazy. And it's not that they're crazy, it's that they're finally waking up. They're finally getting out of this quote unquote matrix. They're quote unquote finally seeing, oh snap, I can do anything. Like, for real? Stop playing with me. Most people say that, but they don't believe it. You know, and so they say, oh, I can do anything I want. If you really believe that you could do anything that you possibly could, like anything you could think of, you would not most likely be doing what you're doing right now. And it was a quote that I think I said this one. And it was basically, if the idea that you can do anything, if you know, people say, if you could do anything, what would you do? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because you can do anything. So what are you doing? That's what I want to get you guys to realize. And once you realize, good morning.
Good morning.
Do you need a notary?
No, I need to pick up my nail.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, that's you. I'm coming. Hey, darling. How are you? I'm on a live, so I can't hang out too long. You come say hi, though. Yes. Come say hi to the peoples. See, look at you on Candy Camera. Say hi. Hi. Live from the Notary Business Center. Then you get told your name. Don't tell me. We messaged you because you got a check.
Yes.
First letter.
R.
Rachel.
Yes.
Okay, so Rachel has a virtual office address here at the Notary Business Center. She's coming to get her mail. Plus, it's a check because she's getting paid. Let's get it.
Yes.
Woo, woo. Look at her. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, let me get her mail. They say hi.
Hi.
All right, let's get your mail. We come right back.
That is so cool.
Can I have you?
I'm a star now.
You are a star.
I mean, good. Look, doing it scared, doing it.
Good. I know you're doing inspection.
Yes.
Okay. Are you doing notary too?
I haven't done it.
All right, we gotta work on that.
I need to.
Okay.
So I need to do that. I have not done that.
Did you do the course?
Yeah.
Okay, so you gotta work on it. Yeah, and then you gotta get into Launch Ron, the virtual event coming up.
I've been ready.
Yeah, but email me. I'll help you.
Okay.
I got you. Plus, you're here, so you can pop in. But just call me first.
Yes. Oh.
It's okay. I might not be here. That's why I said call me first.
I think it was your
My mom.
here the last time I came. So.
Yeah, I'll help you. I love Ron.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
Thanks for
welcome.
everything.
You're welcome. I'm excited for your checks. And every time you get some, go ahead. I will message you like, you got some more checks, girl. Come get this money, girl.
I know, right? Have a good day.
You too, darling. Okay. All right. Dumba. Okay. So, guys, I have a meeting I'm a little late for. Oh my goodness, golly gee. And I have to drink my smoothie and I have to regulate the signing service. There's a whole lot going on. But I hope that I encourage you guys to take some action. Super duper important. I didn't remember what I was talking about. I think I was talking about designing your life. And yeah, it's really important, guys. We really have to stop letting everybody else design our lives for us. I'm telling y'all, if y'all not in Empire Builders, get back into it because we about to start again because I got a whole lot of stuff for y'all. I do! It's about to go down. It's about to go down. I'm just really excited. I'm really excited. I feel like now it's so much. It's just so much. It's so much. It's when you truly understand that you can do anything. It literally just, and I'm not saying it to be cheesy, like, and then you look and say, what have I done? You know, and every day I do that. And that's why I get really encouraged and excited. And, you know, I just want to continue to try and do new things and reinvent myself, you know, and just like, okay, well, it's not even reinventing myself, just trying different things and consistently doing something new. You know, especially once I've mastered something, I feel like this whole earth is mine and it's yours. The entire earth is mine. So I can live anywhere that I want. And there's so much information out there that I want to learn as much as I can, you know, because the reality is at the end of the day, we're all going to turn back to piles of dust. So I'm going to soak this up as much as I can and ride this thing And not even to the wheels fall off, because my wheels ain't gonna fall off. Listen, okay? So I encourage you guys to continue to build your businesses, but stay focused, okay? Get into the courses. Use that promo code, sign up for Launch Ron and Notary Explosion, and just stay connected, guys. Stay connected and continue to build. And I will keep you posted. I was going to show you guys how I was going to do this apostille, but my time went over a lot. But if you want to learn how to get into apostilles, there's an update required for your iPhone. We'll update it then. What? Let's get it. Actually, no, someone's going to call me in a second. That's disheartening. Just keep building it. I love you guys. I love everybody. I really do. I love everything. Like, I love her, just came in, Rachel, because I just love helping people too. I love seeing people happy and, you know, being able to, and you heard she said, I'm going to do it scared. And it's the third check I think she done picked up out of here from doing inspections. I said, all right, mama, let's get it. But anywho, it's just, I think it's amazing. I just love helping people. I think it's fascinating. And, how did you design your life so specifically? What are some good books? I have a book list on my YouTube channel. If you go on any of my videos, it's a book list. I would start, what's a good one to start with? Because some of them are kind of deep, and I feel like you should start, well, I love The Alchemist. That's my favorite book. Love The Alchemist, Think and Grow Rich. I love Richest Man in Babylon. Love that book. Love Little Prince, The Four Agreements. I love, but my favorite book in the entire world is The Alchemist, because it truly, then the ending is so powerful. It's so powerful. It truly explains that whatever you decide to do is what will happen. It's just like, and it's so much, because it's like, it forces you to, one, accept what you've decided to do, because this, whatever is around you is what you've agreed, it's what you can do. And then it causes you to be accountable. Then it also says, it makes you realize that you could have done, that's where I kind of got the idea from. You could have done anything and still can. What are you deciding to do? And it doesn't mean you got to make millions of dollars, but you could do anything. Like, my passion since I was little was I wanted to travel the entire world. That's it. I just want to see everything. And then I want to go to outer space. And I want to see, can you imagine what it's going to be like to go to space and come back? Like, your mindset has to be completely different. Like, look at you, earthlings, right? Like, and then someone else, I think it was Tim Ferriss, he was saying, like, what do you think life will be like as far as what people think they're capable of when we're going to Mars, like a grocery store trip? You know, because eventually we'll get to that point where, especially with Elon Musk knocking this thing out, right? It's like, what you think is possible is only what you think is possible because of what's around you. And if you expand your horizons and just try new things consistently, you'll start to begin to see that you literally can do anything. And you have to start pulling back those paradigms, those boxes that were put on your mind. And everyone has paradigms, and it's just, The Alchemist, yes, by Paulo Coelho. That's him. Love that book. And I think they had a movie. I didn't watch the movie, so I was afraid it was going to ruin it. But I can read an audiobook, that book, all day, because it's so powerful to me. And it's in story mode. So anybody who's like, oh no, it's in story mode. So you read like a story. But it's so good. It's so good. I love it. Another good one is The Little Prince. Love that book too. And that one has a lot of laws in it. Like, what do you call it? Natural laws, world laws, universal laws. And it's in story mode too. And it's so good. But see, that book, The Little Prince, you got to take your time with that. I had to read that book, and I still do. I probably read that book at least 6 or 7 times, because you get something new out of it every time. And it's like, wait, what? Hold on. Like The Matrix. Watch that movie. I watched the movie, and a lot of times I go back and watch as an adult. Like, when I posted the book about lucid dreaming, I went back and watched Inception. Oh my gosh, it was a quote in there that said the most powerful parasite to remove from your brain. No, the most powerful, the hardest parasite to remove from your brain is a thought, especially a thought that you've accepted. And I said, wait a minute. Do you know how powerful that is? Because it's your thoughts that you've accepted, because that turns you into who you are, right? And so listen, I can put you on game to movies. Most movies are not designed to entertain you. And if you sit down and watch a movie just to be entertained, usually you're missing it. Most movies, a lot of them have theories behind it. There's something they want you to grasp from it. Not all of them. There are some stupid ones out there that's like just made for fun, like Don't Be a Menace, right? But a lot of these movies have underlining concepts that they're trying to get across. And I like to watch them, like the Matrix. I love the Matrix. That's what I love. Inception's a really good one. It talks about like lucid dreaming, the power of the mind, things like that. There's a lot of good movies, but you can't watch them from an entertainment standpoint. You got to kind of watch it to get the piece of The Experimenter. That's when you should start with The Experimenter. Go find that. Go watch that. That's what you need to do. Turn this off. Go find The Experimenter. Watch that. Get that done. Okay, that's gonna change your life. That's gonna change your life. Okay, change my life. I've watched that movie probably like 10 times at least. And then sometimes I'll just turn on just to watch certain clips because it helps you stop doing things because everyone is doing it. And if you watch, like, there's tons of studies that documents human behavior in groups and why we follow each other. And like we will follow the most stupid thing. And we know it's stupid. It was a study that was showing, it was saying that we follow groups, right? And so there was a study that was done several times where you would be in a group of 5 or 6 people, and they would ask, it would be a question on the board, right? And if everybody think of your question, the answer, and you knew the right answer, but you were the test subject. So everyone else was in on it, and they all said the wrong answer, the same wrong answer. And then usually most people will go ahead and say the same wrong answer, even when they know the right answer, because they don't want to be, they don't want to stand out. They don't want to be mavericks. They don't want to be the different person, because we're so programmed to think we all have to look alike. We all have to be alike. We all have to do the same things. And so it's insane. The whole concept of the movie behind it was trying to figure out how in the world was Hitler able to get so many people to do something so heinous. And if you go back and listen to some of the testimonials and the stories of a lot of those officers, they all felt regret and they all hated what they did. Not all, some of them. And they would say how they didn't want to do it, but they didn't know how not to. And the people who were doing the studies were trying to figure out, why is it that someone can control? And what they basically break down is that as a child, as a youth, most governments and most societies program you to follow authority, regardless of. They program you not to question authority. And authority is not just government. It's not just police officers. It's anyone who is who presents themselves as having more, like a teacher, right? And so they teach you like, oh, you have to follow this because I said so. And there's a school, Nona, that I was going to put my kids in. I love their foundation. Their foundation of that school, a private school, was it's a concept they got behind what happened in World War II. And so where he was saying what they would do is they teach their children, the students at that school, not to blindly obey. Okay. We do not blindly obey. They teach them to question everything. The school is amazing. They teach them to question everything. So much so that the teachers are the students. They learn from each other. Like they do. You can call them by their first name. It's not like it's like a free space. And when I went, oh my gosh, it's fascinating. I went to a school just like that. But the point is, and it's a lot. I think over time, it takes a while. It's called The Experimenter, the movie I'm talking about. It takes a while to unlearn all that you have been taught. And sometimes I think it takes time. Like a lot of people that are close to me in my life now, the more I go down this journey, it's like pulling teeth, but they start to come along and they're like, wait, we don't have to do this. And it's like, no, you don't. And it's like, but why? And like I was talking to my daughter today because she was having an issue with school. And I said, honey, you have to realize, this is not something I give on Empire Builders. Okay. So, but side note, I said, you don't realize you're allowing this piece of information to upset you. And I said, and she was like, yeah, because look at this grade, what she was saying. And I said, Elena, what's a grade? It's the score I got on this whatever she got, some assignment she had. And I said, okay, and what does that mean? It doesn't have anything to do with who you are as a person. It's just saying this is what you currently know. And I said, what's the report card? And she was like, well, that's what I've done. I said, and who cares what a report card is? I said, a school is just a group of people who've come together and said, we're gonna teach these kids something. It's a decision that a group of people made. You gotta think about the government is just a group of people who come together and say, okay, let's try to get these people together and let's do it this way, right? And so a school was put in as an idea that a group of people had and said, let's make a building where young people can come into and let's teach them stuff, right? And I said, well, you're getting so upset. Like, this is not God, or it's not this like huge thing. It's like, and I was trying to put in perspective for her and, try to break it down. I said, and on top of that, you don't even have to go to the school. I said, if you decide tomorrow you want to go to a different school, we can switch it. You want to be homeschooled, we can do that. Like, I said, but you have to like stop putting so much like, and we do that. Like we put these entities and these bodies and these rules and these social constructs, and we put them as king over us and say, oh my gosh, this has to, and it's like, really and truly, you don't have to do anything. Okay, should you decide to sit in your bed for the rest of your life, you could do that. Should you decide to go and swim to Europe, I don't know if you can make that, or boat to Europe, you could do that. If you decide, I want to go live with the penguins in Antarctica, you could do that. Okay, and can't nobody tell you nothing. Okay, it is what you decide your life to be. And so just trying to, it's a lot to try to unpack. And sometimes people think, they kind of like, wait, what? I don't understand. But anywho, I just kind of went on a rant. I hope I help some people today because it's true, the social constructs and the things that we hold as don't get me to breaking things down. But there's a lot of people on YouTube who will break this down for you. And in person, if you find people like that, they will really break this down and help you. And really, it's freedom in it. Once you realize, I don't have to do anything. Literally, I can choose what I decide to do every single day. It's a book. It's a book. How many of you guys are parents? It's a book called Slay Like a Mother. And the author is actually from Virginia. Great book, Amazon bestseller. It's called Slay Like a Mother. And one of the things oh my gosh, and I was struggling with it for such a long time. Parenting, mothering, fathering. And she breaks down the social constructs that society will put on you as far as what a mother is and what a father is and what they have to do. And she was just breaking it down. And she was like, especially now, people have this unrealistic viewpoint of what a mom is. And that's a lot of moms are stressed out. They losing their mind. But the reality is you are you first. Okay, so me, I am Vanessa first. Okay, before I decided to birth children, I was Vanessa. After I birthed children, I am still Vanessa with the same qualities and the same habits, right? And so I'm trying to fix and and adjust, but I have to take off this expectation of you have to do this. Like, who said that? And that it's a really, oh my gosh, it liberated me so much, honey. Let me tell you something. Read that book, Slay Like a Mother. It's really good. Okay. And I think right now, I think it's always been, ever since the beginning of time, I think it's always been people who have had these viewpoints and these thoughts. And they've always, since the beginning of time, have been talking about, you can either choose to follow the crowd, or you can break free and do your own thing. And usually in the breaking free, you find more peace, because most people, think about it. Most people, especially in America, are stressed out. They're stressed out. They're upset. They're constantly, they don't even know what they're doing. Like, I'm being honest. A lot of people that I talk to, whether it's notary related or life related, they are so stressed. And, sometimes I sit back and I think, like, who's going to listen to me? But then I have to think about, Vanessa, think about who you are now versus who you were like 7 years ago. You had a big jump. Okay. And so like you've learned a lot. I have a whole lot more peace. I have a whole lot more wisdom. I have a whole lot more understanding. And it came from not following the crowd. It came from self development. It came from really just taking a step back. A lot of meditation, a lot of paradigm digging. Bob Proctor, a lot of questioning everything. I mean, everything. everything. So much so, the other day I was sitting in my kitchen and I said, why do we eat this for breakfast? And I started breaking it down. I thought about it. I mean, I think about everything. I do. And like right now I'm going on this lucid dreaming journey, like understanding, and oh my gosh, powerful. But I question everything. I question, why do we go to sleep? Why is everything shut down in the nighttime? What's happening? I'm confused. Why? Right? I question everything. You know, everything that happens, especially when someone says, this is my biggest thing. If someone says you should, who said that? I should what? Tell me why. And and if your answer is because that's what you do, no, that's not enough for me. Not anymore. If you gonna tell me something, I need a reason behind it. Not because that's what we do, and not because that's just how it's done. That don't work for me. Not anymore. It used to, but now I need a reason, honey. I need a reason. I need you to explain to me why. And it needs to make sense to me. I have to accept that for me. And a lot of times too, is really true. It's true. Don't take advice from someone who does not have the fruits you're looking for. Okay. So if you're talking to somebody and they're trying to tell you, how to get out of debt and they're in debt, don't listen to them. If you're talking to somebody, they're trying to tell you how to be peaceful and they all stressed out, don't listen to them. If they try to tell you how to have a good relationship and they like been married 20 times and all their spouses hate them, don't listen to them. Okay. All of that. If you don't have the results that I designed on my vision board, I'm not talking to you about that matter. Now, let's say you have horrible relationships, but you have great credit. Okay, let's talk about that. Or let's say you're a great entrepreneur, but you're horrible at parenting. Your kids hate you and you hate your kids, right? I'm not talking about parenting, right? So I always say I go to somebody who has the evidence that I'm looking for. Okay, so for example, don't come ask me about physical fitness because I'm working on that. That is something that I am working on. I am trying to change my paradigm to get on the treadmill consistently, right? So if you come to me and say, Vanessa, can you help me work out? Honey, I'm trying to figure it out myself. Okay, I know you see me in these workout clothes and I'm going every once in a while, but I ain't mastered that yet, right? I haven't mastered that. Okay, but if you want to talk to me about positive mindsets, I'm pretty good with my positive mindsets. I can help you with that. If you're talking about business, I can help you with that, right? Because something I'm pretty good at. I can help you with that. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I will always tell you my results. And I'll say, if these are the results that you want, this is what I can give you. This is what I have. Okay, so if you like, help me with something that I can't help you with, like right now I have a dog. Her name is Roxy, and she's a Rottweiler. Okay. If you ask me, Vanessa, can you help me train my dog? I can't even train mine. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. I ain't figured it out yet. I am working on it. Okay. So make sure you get advice from people who have the fruit that you're looking for. Okay. If they have it, they have done it. Don't take out people who say, I can tell you how. Did you do it? Is it working for you? No. For example, think about it like this. I want to get my pilot's license, right? I am going to get my pilot's license. I am not going to get in the plane with someone who's going to teach me how to fly a plane who's never done it before. And I'm not getting in the plane with somebody who's a trainee or who's learning themselves. No, I want the master pilot to come teach me, right? You wouldn't get in the plane that I was flying and now I'm a pilot, right? So you need to do it with every area of your life. If you need to know and you need to know, you need to deal with everything. And sometimes we start taking advice from like family and friends because that's what everyone does, right? Okay, stop doing it. Okay, you got to break free. And it's like if you continue to stay around, whoever you hang around is who you'll become. And that's just fact. That's scientifically proven. That's biologically proven. That's just proven. So whoever you're hanging around is who you will become. So check your circle. Do that today. We don't have to do that though, because we're like, oh my gosh, she's my friend. What's a friend? Stop. Don't do that. He can be your friend from a distance, or just spend more time with someone else who is going to give you the results you're looking for. You only get one thing on this thing called life, okay? You get one spin around, right? And then, look, this is my other quote. You get one thing on this thing called life, right? When you go around this thing once, that's it. Now, if you believe in reincarnation, you might come back, but you might come back a tree. You'll be real mad, or a rock. You can be like, man, last time I was a human. I can't do anything this time, right? So you better do this thing called life right now, okay? Because you get one little spin around. The next time around, if you believe in reincarnation, you might be a rock, okay? And rocks I can tell you they don't. Well, I don't know, they have to fly. My kids throw rocks all the time, but then you gotta wait for another kid to come throw you. You know, you just kind of sitting there, unless the wind blows really hard or it floods. You know, but then you can always meditate. You're real peaceful. You look at the sky. I'm just saying. I'm trying to figure out what life would be like as a rock. Okay, I don't think it's as fun as being a human. My opinion. But a lot of you guys are humans. You're like the Walking Dead. You're not doing anything. So then you might as well be a rock. But you sit down like a rock. You're not doing anything anyway. You know, you can do anything, and this is what you have to do. I'm just saying. Okay, throw it out there. All right, guys. That is all. So the clock on the wall. We started off notary. We came here. I don't even know how we got here, but we got here. I wish you guys the best, and I hope you guys have an awesome and amazing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I will see you guys in the Waco. Toodly doos, darling. Happy signing. It's so funny when you guys say that too.
Interested in working remotely from home with the ability to set your own schedule? Then contact Notary to Notary. Our online training program teaches individuals everywhere how to create and run successful notary businesses nationwide. Whether you're looking for supplemental or full-time income,